Yo, welcome to another episode of EmpireJeffTV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Friday night live from Los Angeles, California. A night where the Los Angeles Dodgers, your Los Angeles Dodgers, my Los Angeles Dodgers, our Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Chicago Cubs 3-0. 3-0 tonight at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. What a performance by Yoshinobu Yamamoto. What a moment by Tommy Edman, once again with his National League leading 6th home run this season as the Dodgers get the win. That is now 2 in a row after that rough road trip there. They're now 7-0 at home. No comeback victory this time. The first shutout of the year for the Dodgers here too. But let's talk about Yamamoto, man. Yamamoto. On the way in, you guys are coming in. Please drop a like on the video as you make your way into the show here. The Lakers are about to close in on the 3rd seed of the Western Conference playoffs at about 112 left to go in the 4th quarter there. So shout out to them. But tonight, man, the Dodger game's already over. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers post-game show here on EmpireJeffTV. What a performance by Yoshinobu Yamamoto, man. 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 9 strikeouts for Yamamoto. Yoshinobu was filthy today. Filthy. Had dudes, that swing and miss stuff was ridiculous. Even that hit that Tucker got was kind of surprising. Just filthy stuff on the mound today. The pen did their thing at the end. Tanner Scott has calmed down. Kirby Yates, Tanner Scott. Cheat codes. You give a World Series champion Kirby Yates and Tanner Scott to add to their bullpen. Has Yamamoto given up an earned run this year? I don't think so. He gave up that one unearned run. Yamamoto's pitching like an ace. Yamamoto's pitching like a Cy Young Award candidate. Tommy Edman is playing like an MVP. We'll talk about Tommy Edman for a second here. I'm going to talk about Tommy Edman in a second here because we all know about Shohei Ohtani. We all know about Mookie Betts. We all know about Fat Five Freddie Freeman. We know about Fat Five Freddie. We know about Teoscar Hernandez. We know these guys. All-stars, home run derby champions, MVPs,
We all know about these guys. Casual fans know about these guys. Casual fans are starting to know Tommy Edman now. They're starting to know Tommy Edman. Lakers just clinched the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, y'all. Shout out to them. Did not see that coming earlier this season. More on that later. But Tommy Edman is becoming a household name. He's playing at an MVP level, and the Dodgers stole him. They stole him, flat out stole him. Got him for a 3-day-old Dodger dog. And now he's out here playing at an MVP level with 3 other MVPs on the team. 3 other MVPs on the team. You don't let the Dodgers get a switch hitting, hit for power, hit for average, play the infield, multiple infield positions, play the outfield. Tommy Edman, y'all. Tommy Edman. The year they signed Shohei Ohtani, the year they signed Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the year they signed Teoscar Hernandez, they also snuck Tommy Edman in there via trade. I keep saying, when this team gets Phillips back, when this team gets Kopech back, when this team gets Gratterall back, when this team gets Ohtani on the mound, it's over. It is over. Over. It is over. There's no one that can see this team when they got everything firing on all cylinders, when they got all their guys back, when everyone is healthy, when things are going the way it should be. This is how it's going to be. Games like this where the Dodgers, just the pitchers out there just pitching nasty. Yamamoto nasty, Penn nasty. And all you need is one little swing, one big swing really, but one swing by Tommy Edman and that's ball game. You send the Cubs back to their hotel upset. And this is where the Dodgers are going to need like a monster season. I told you guys that last year's MLB season was going to be one of the best we ever saw. And I said it's going to get better over a 5-year span. It's going to continue to get better over a 5-year span. These other teams are gelling. These other teams are playing great. You got teams playing high with confidence. The National League West is going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be nuts. The Dodgers are going to win it, and they're going to win it comfortably. But other teams are off to a fantastic start. Look what these San Francisco Giants are doing. They had no idea that was coming. I kept trying to tell everyone that the San Diego Padres were going to have a pretty good season. They were not done. They've got a lot of trouble moving forward. They got a lot of trouble in the future with those contracts. But this season, I felt that they were going to have a pretty decent to strong season. And they can knock someone out and scare someone in a short series. They're performing well. The Giants are performing well. I think the Mets may miss the playoffs. All the hype, all the talk, I think they may miss the playoffs. Yankees got bodied today by the Giants. Padres playing the Rockies. Okay, at home, that's going to be a body bag. But the Dodgers playing the Cubs, they are now 3-0 against the Chicago Cubs. I think they have a chance to sweep this series. And Tommy Edman, man, playing like an MVP. Yoshinobu Yamamoto playing like a Cy Young. At any given point, you can have a pitcher on the mound who pitches like a Cy Young, who pitches like an ace. And any given night, you can have an MVP performance from like 5 guys at the plate. You can have an MVP performance by someone on the mound. Cy Young / MVP. Daniel Berry, I appreciate you. Just saw you become a member, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. You guys can also become a member by tapping that join button. Tapping that join button. Became a member for 7 months. 7 months. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. You can tap that join button. First link in the description to become a member. But man, Tommy Edman was a steal, y'all. Certified steal. Stole him. Absolutely stole him. And he could, all the positions this guy could play. Unfortunately, I was talking with Joe earlier. I was like, man, he's elite at second base. And he was like, yeah, too bad we got 9 guys who can play second, which is true. But he's elite at second base. He's been elite at the plate. Yamamoto was flat out elite today. Yamamoto has that ball just dancing around the strike zone. His splitter, his sinker. He's toying with people out there. He's bodying people, destroying them. And what he's bringing to the table out there is just something that I was excited about last year. I know a lot of people didn't know about Yoshinobu. I was so excited about when I was telling you guys he was coming before the Dodgers got him. And when they got him, and I feel like a lot of people just didn't really remember how great or how the hype of this guy was because of the injury last year. I think they remember the Yankee game during the regular season I remember being at that game when he came back and he struck out like 8 guys in like 3 innings. It was filthy. Then I remember like people kind of having doubts in him. Oh, he's tipping his pitches. Oh, he's overrated, right? And I was like, bro, this guy is filth. He's filthy. His stuff is nasty. Now here he is into this season. He's getting better almost with each performance. This guy is going to be a monster. If Roki even reaches 75% of his potential, he's going to be a monster. They have Blake Snell. They have Glass now. Ohtani's going to do his thing. Dustin May, staying healthy, getting Gosselin back in a couple of weeks, who what else is already going in OKC. At some point, you're going to see Bobby Miller up here if he can get his head right. He still has nasty stuff. This team is going to hit you with so many waves. So when you see teams like the Giants and you see a team like the Padres and you see these teams getting off to a great start, what happens when some of those guys go down? What happens when they hit with a losing streak? What happens when some of those guys go cold? Do they have the depth? Do they have the balance? Do they have the depth in the arms? Do they have the depth in the pen, starting arms, pen arms, lineup, bench? Do they have any of that? Can they improve their team via trade? There are a lot of question marks for these other teams. There's a lot of teams. What can they do? How much are they going to have to negotiate and pay to get guys just to try to keep up and keep pace with the Dodgers this season? That's key. That is key. The Dodgers may not have to do anything. I think at some point they may have to look at a center fielder unless Kim just really develops. He goes to second and Edman goes to center, but Edman is so elite at second. That's going to be brutal. That's going to be tough to take him out of that. Brutal's the wrong word, but it's going to be a tough decision. But if Kim makes that decision hard on them and Edman ends up in center field and Kim at second, if Kim's able to hit, which is an if, we're going to have to wait and see on that. But they got so many pieces, so many parts, so many key layers to this baseball team. And I don't believe the rest of these teams, the Giants, the Padres, these guys getting off to a great start, have that balance, have that depth. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think both those teams could potentially make the playoffs. Arizona hasn't got going. I think the Mets may get out. Milwaukee probably not going to be the same team as last year. The Cincinnati take that next leap. Atlanta came out really slow. I thought they were going to be for sure in the playoff hunt. They still might, but they did not start the season very well. What team's going to come out and surprise us? What team's going to do that? This we don't know. But as the season progresses, we will see. But man, Kirby Yates, Trinan, and Tanner Scott out of your bullpen in a 3-0 game is a cheat code when Yoshinobu Yamamoto is the starter on the mound. Shout out to the Dodger pitching, man. Absolutely incredible. Just absolutely incredible performance. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it because, you know, Boyd pitched an incredible game for the Cubs too. He was doing well. He was fine. He just had that one mistake where he almost had Teo on a third strike. Then he hit Freddie. Edman sends that bomb. But outside of that, he came in here on a pretty good streak. He had some things going. Their bullpen kept it close. Didn't let any more runs score the board after that 3. But Boyd had himself a pretty strong 5 and a few third innings there before Edman got to him. Yamamoto gave up nothing. It was a battle. It was an absolute battle. Yamamoto came out on top because of Edman. And just wait till Shohei gets a hot streak. Wait till Mookie goes on a hot streak. Wait till Freddie hits a hot streak. Wait till Teo gets a hot streak. Wait till Muncy wakes up. Like, you're going to have a lot of these things happening at once. Imagine you already got Edman doing what he's doing. The pitching staff comes together. Imagine you get Ohtani, Mookie, Freddie all locked in at the same time. Damage. The rest of the league doing damage control. Because it's going to be brutal for the rest of the league with these guys doing it. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Drop a like on the video if you have not done so already. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. A lot of shows going live right now with the Lakers winning, so I appreciate you guys sticking around watching the Dodgers show after the Dodgers win. Busy day in Los Angeles. Shout out to the Los Angeles Lakers for sealing the 3rd seed in the Western Conference playoffs once again. And shout out to the Los Angeles Dodgers for getting this win today. Man, this team, bro, this team. On Freddie Freeman bobble night, man. Freddie Freeman bobble night. I'm not going to be able to go tomorrow. I'm looking at going to the game on Sunday and Tuesday this week. I'm on that Jackie Robinson giveaway jersey, and I want to go on Sunday. So those are 2 games I'm thinking of going over the next handful of days. So let me know if any of you guys are going to be at the game. Let me know if any of you guys are going to the ballpark anytime soon, because I'm trying to get to a game every series to the best of my ability. I know it's easier said than done, but that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to go to as many games as possible this year, knock out a lot early, and then continue going on. But let me get your thoughts on the game today. What did you think? What do you think of Yamamoto? What do you think of the Dodgers' overall game? This bullpen. The Cubs played a pretty good game. The Cubs played the Dodgers in all 3 games that they've played them. They played them tough. The Dodgers have just closed it out. They've been deeper. Again, this is what it comes down to. Like I said, when you look at the Giants, you look at the Padres, and you look at these other teams, they do not have the depth of the Los Angeles Dodgers. They will just wear you down. They will grind out baseball games. Yeah, they hit a little funk. Yeah, they hit a little hiccup in Philly. Yeah, they hit a little hiccup in Washington, D.C. Yeah, they hit a little hiccup in the cold. Wasn't really feeling it. Half the team was going through illness. They've had a lot going on. The Tokyo series, the Mookie illness. Freddie hasn't been right to start the season again. Obviously, Snell hasn't been right. Glasnow, first outing great, second not so great. Yamamoto's been dominant. Rocky's been rocky. Dustin May's been solid. All this going on, and they're still off to a fantastic start. Couldn't have asked for anything better. You just couldn't. Phenomenal start to the season, even with some hiccups. You got those hiccups. Now you're sitting here, 11-4? 11-4 when you're not even playing anywhere near your best baseball, when you're going through all kinds of stuff. Got guys out. You got guys sick. You got guys hurt. Had a little rough patch. And you're still cleaning up. You're still doing what we expected of you, maybe even more. Like, I don't think it's, the expectations on this team is of something that we haven't really seen before. We knew they were contenders last year when they got Shohei. We knew this to be true. We knew that. We knew that the team was going to have a legitimate shot to win a World Series championship. But then they got it. And then they added. And now it's like, oh, man, what can this team do to top last year? What can they do? And they're doing it. They've been phenomenal. And they got guys they haven't even got going yet. And they still got moves they can make. And that's the exciting part. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Once again, I am Empire Jeff. This is EmpireJeffTV. This is the Los Angeles Dodgers post-game show brought to you by Fanatics. Make sure to get your MLB, NBA, NFL gear, and more. Make sure to use our link to get special discounts at Fanatics. Your purchase also helps support the channel. All your favorite gear from all your favorite teams can help support one of your favorite channels, man. So we've partnered with the great people at Fanatics. When you order through them via us, they take care of us because we sent you their way. Get your gear. Get that Dodger gear, Laker gear, whatever gear you want. Tap that link. Great way to help support the channel. Roy, what's going on, Roy? Appreciate you, man. Yamamoto, one heck of a game. He was, brother. One dominant game for sure. Edman, the new toy cannon, man. He's just been absolutely phenomenal. What he's doing is crazy. Yeah, Roy, Lakers in the 3-hole. Incredible. Shore up center field and third base, and we'll be good to go. And look, they may have no choice at some point. Like, I think center field's going to have to be addressed. We're going to wait and see on Muncy. We're going to wait and see on third. We're going to wait and see. But I'm going to tell you, center field, I think they're going to shore up. Third base, they're going to take a wait and see approach. I think they're very loyal to Muncy. They believe what he can bring to this team. They believe what he adds to this locker room. They believe in having him there. Now, if he continues to not be able to hit the baseball, if this stretch continues to prolong, they may have no choice. They may have no choice but to do something. What that is, I don't know. But they may have no choice but to do something. But I think that is way down the road when it comes to Muncy. I don't think it's way down the road when it comes to center field. I think center field at least is shorter than third base. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Not what your feelings is, not what you think they should do, but do you think that knowing how the Dodgers operate and knowing how things have gone, do you think that their leash will be longer at third base than it would be in center field? Because I think it will be. I think it will be. Aaron, what's going on, my guy? Appreciate you, brother. Nothing has changed from the 2024 run. Tommy is still the X factor. He might be more than the X factor now, Aaron. He might be more. He might be an MVP candidate. You know what's funny? We talked earlier in the season, and I asked who, if other than Shohei, do the Dodgers have that could potentially win an MVP this season? We talked Mookie, maybe a starting pitcher was dominant enough to where he can win Cy Young and an MVP. Edman out the gate he's the MVP of the team. The first 15 games of the year, he's the MVP of the team. I understand there's going to be months where Shohei's the MVP. I understand that there's stretches where Mookie's going to be. I understand all this. But for the first 15 games of the season, Tommy Edman is the MVP of this ball club. He's the MVP in that clubhouse. He's the MVP for this team. He's the MVP in the National League right now. Through the first 15 games. He's been incredible. He's been that good. He's been that good. Search, what's up, my guy? See you, brother. Appreciate you for tuning in. The mod father, the God mod, the mod of mods, Mr. Search and Destroy. Roy says, I guess we gave Boyd an ERA. Yeah, because he's been dominant, right? They didn't give Yoshinobu one, but we gave Boyd one. That's funny, and you're right. John, what's going on, John? Tommy earning that contract. Yeah, man, he absolutely earned that contract. He's absolutely earning that contract. He's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. 140 for the Lake Show. Dan Inspiration says, bro, Dodgers are third in the West. Are the Padres and Giants on steroids? No, they're off to a great start. Look, the Rockies, the Diamondbacks have not been great. If the Diamondbacks were playing up to par, this division would be even crazier. Padres, I felt they were going to be strong still this year. Giants, I did not see coming. I don't know if they can keep it up, though. I don't know if they can keep it up. I don't know if they have the depth. I think the Padres have a chance to keep it up. I'm not sure about the Giants. And I'm not just saying that because I didn't predict the Giants and I did predict the Padres. I just don't believe in the Giants' depth as much as I believe in the Padres. So, Padres' ability to last this whole season. But I don't know if they're for real being the Giants, but they are playing for real right now. They are playing for real right now. Absolutely. Craig, what's going on, sir? Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Everyone talking to each other. Let me mind my business. Joe says, Joe has said while he respects these other teams, he prefer that they stay away from him. Dan says Dodgers have the third best record in the MLB and are third in the West. Yeah, the NL West is going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. Let's see. Dan, it's early. Dodgers, like every season, will separate from the pack. Yeah, they will, Roy. This, I believe. Great win, absolutely. I am not scared of the Padres or Giants. Not scared. I think the Padres can make life difficult on a team in a short series, not necessarily us. But other teams, I think they could. Giants, I think they will fade off for sure. Double victories. Again, they had double victories on Wednesdays, double victory today on Friday. That's back-to-back double victories. Double victories. Let's go, Lakers. Let's go, Dodgers, man. On to the championship. Let's see. Pale says Lakers just clinched third. Absolutely. Kane says Jeffy Loki looks like that guy who made Sugar and Baby I'm back, Baby Bash. Baby Bash. That's crazy. I've heard a lot of things. I never heard Baby Bash. I got a homie that looks like Baby Bash, like legit looks like. That's funny though. Sugar, why you get so? Lakers Dodgers for life. What's going on, brother? What does Tommy Edman not do? Love this guy. Facts. Facts, man. Facts. Member roll call. Yeah, let's get a member roll call, man. Become a member. I'm trying to tell you, man. Great way to help support the channel. Tap that join button. Hit the first link in the description. Great way to help support the channel. Member-only videos, member-only streams, member-only giveaways. I know I keep saying that. I promise it's coming. I can never lock into a schedule here, man. I can never lock into a schedule. I've been better the last week. Yesterday was my only day off this week. I'm doing better. I'm getting back on the grind again, man. My schedule has calmed down slightly, ever so slightly. So with that little window opening, with that little bit of time that opened up again, I'm giving it all back to these YouTube streams. So appreciate you guys, man. We need that Denver Dubs and Battle of LA playoffs. I have been feeling, and I said that from the start of this season that I felt that the Lakers were going to play Denver, the Clippers in these playoffs and beat them both. I still think that's a chance. The Orioles are doing so bad. Yeah, I did not see the Orioles doing this bad. I did not see that coming. Didn't see the Orioles doing this bad. Didn't see the Braves doing this bad. Didn't see the Diamondbacks doing this bad. Obviously, the Yankees struggles with their injuries. The Mets, I felt, were going to take a little bit of a step back because they were so above their heads last year, even with adding Soto. But the Orioles falling back, like some of these teams I thought were going to take leaps. Cincinnati, Kansas City. Cleveland's always going to score some runs and then probably be a pretty decent team in the standings. Minnesota, like these guys are probably going to fall back. Didn't have the Angels doing as well as they are. Like there's a lot of surprise in the first couple of weeks of the MLB season, and that's what makes it great. This is baseball. But a lot of these guys who start off great and then you'll look down the road 2 months from now, you're like, what happened to them? Baseball happened to them. Sometimes it's the matchups. Who are you playing out the gate? Is that team healthy? What's going on right now? Is a warm team playing in cold early in the year? Is a cold city team like staying, getting home field advantage, staying in the cold, having all these West Coast teams comes in there? Like there's a lot of things that kind of add up and play into that. Chris, what's going on, brother? Chris, the art director, my brother. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I low-key would like the Lakers-Wolves series. Maybe. Let's see. Sorry, getting a work message here. Dan said, Yoshi pitching, like throwing like he's got a baseball on a string. Yeah, he's filthy, man. He is filthy. Yamamoto was so nasty. He makes Lucky poop look good. You can't tell Lucky his poop don't look good. You can't tell him that. But he thinks he like farts and poops roses. Like you can't tell Lucky. Lucky is. We took him for a walk today. He had all his Laker gear on. And I'm gonna try not to go. You see, you mentioned Lucky. Now I gotta go down the path, right? He was in his Laker gear and getting all kinds. Lucky loves the ladies, and the ladies love him. Let me tell you. Doesn't help Padres and Giants keep winning. It doesn't matter. It's early, man. It's too early to be scoreboard watching. It's too early to be division standings watching. It's too early. It's fun. I got my boy. Shout out to my guy Padre Bod, man. He's a Padre content creator who I met during last year's playoff run. He's got this thing going right now, which I'm going to take over. I'm going to jack him from it. I'm going to jack him for this take. I've already told him that, but I'm going to give him credit when I do it because it's dope. Every day he wakes up and he does like his TikToks or his shorts and he's walking around. He goes, yeah, let me go outside. Let me take a look. And he goes, yeah, I think this is first place weather. This is first place weather. And he's been doing this like every day that the Padres are in first place. So we gotta, as soon as the Dodgers get in first place, we got to hit him with that first place weather. I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna give him his props. I already told him that's coming. But it's kind of a fun little banter. First place weather, driving home in first place traffic, like first place everything. Can't wait for that. So it's gonna be great. I think there's some. I got an idea for something with that. Let's see. Roy says Glasnow showed he was a diva against the Phillies. A little adversity and he gets rattled and loses his composure. Deal with it and bear down. I think he'll be fine, Roy. I think he'll be fine. Yamamoto was on one today. Happy the offense came around to get him the win. Yeah, that would have sucked if the offense didn't. If they took it back to like that Greinke year where they just did not score for their pitcher. He had like a sub 2 ERA, like a 1.4 or something, and just couldn't get any run support. Everything was a 1-run game. And thank God they gave Yamamoto some runs today, man. Kane says, Jeff, would you would make for that cool uncle sneaks you out of school to give you Dave and Buster's? Oh yeah, I've already done that. I am that cool uncle. I am that cool uncle. I got what is it, 22 or 23 nieces and nephews. Like I am that uncle. I'm known. I'm always the favorite when it comes to uncles. I'm the uncle. I am that uncle. Like for sure. The inspiration says Muncie eating a little too much McNuggets. Wow, come on. I'm pudgy too, man. Come on, don't pick on people, man. Come on. Roy says, wait till Ohtani starts getting it together at the plate. I know he's batting 300, but that's not Ohtani. Does not look good at the plate. Yeah, you know what? I think Ohtani is still coming back from that injury. He's focusing on pitching too, getting back into the routines and his rehab there and the bullpen sessions. And I think that's why the Dodgers shut him down, is they wanted him to focus on hitting too. Just lock in on hitting. We'll come back to the pitching. And then they may have to do that again. Let's see. Jeff is going to Hello Kitty night. We all know it. I'm not going to Hello Kitty night. Although I got no problem going because I, get that from my wife, but I'm not going to go. Wait. Is Sunday Hello Kitty night or is it Monday? If it's Sunday, then I'm going. I'll be for wifey. Or is that Monday? I thought that was Monday. Maybe I'm tripping. But Tuesday is Jackie Robinson jersey. I'm definitely going to that. What's going on, Young? It's very possible both Dodgers and Lakers can win the championship in 2025. Say it again. Say it again. Say it with your chest. I think so. Two small guys, Yoshi and Tommy, won it for the Dodgers tonight. Great take. Facts. Yes, I said Edman can be MVP too. He can. Will he get voted? I don't know. But I still think Ohtani, if he gets going, is probably going to win it. But Edman's been killing, man. Muncy is older and slower. Folks keep talking about 30-plus bombs. Those are 2 to 3 years ago. Muncy is regressing and not hitting 30 bombs. Book it. He was on pace for it last year when he got hurt. So, yeah, maybe not. He's a little older and slower, but he still got the power. Lakers Dodgers for life said, hey, Jeff, since our old friend Julio Urias will be available after the All-Star game to sign with any team, how do you see his market? That's a good question. I think Julio has a better chance of getting back to the league than Trevor Bauer does. Having said that, I am not entirely sure he does get back this year. Maybe a team gets a little desperate. Maybe a team, I don't know if he's necessarily a draw, so I don't know if like a lower level team does it. I could see like the Padres doing something there just to mess with the Dodgers' heads a little bit. Maybe the Giants would try something like that. How desperate are the Yankees or Mets, right? But I don't know. We'll wait to see if this is one of these teams are going to be like, yeah, he's out. We're not. No one get him in here. I don't know. We're going to wait and see about that. It's a good question though. Justin Sutterfield, what's going on, Justin? Do you want the Lakers to play the Timberwolves or Warriors in round one? To me, it doesn't matter either. It doesn't matter. I think almost everyone in the Western Conference is going to be very similar. So I think you're going to have to go through. But me rather play. I think the Lakers Warriors, the league would love. I think that would be a very exciting series. Anytime you get Braun and Steph in a series again in the playoffs, I think it's great. So for that standpoint, the excitement, probably the Warriors. The Wolves are kind of a little bit of a head case at times. So I don't really know. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not scared of either one of those teams. Not sold on the Giants. Saw them up close today against the Yankees. Just a hot start. I don't know if they have the depth to keep this up. That's for sure. I agree with you there. You got me lifted, shifted higher than the ceiling. So with the baby bash stuff. Kane Carter says, Laker, if they face Denver and Clippers, going to be peak toxicity. Oh, yeah, for sure. At this point, I don't concern about any of the teams. Dodgers can just take care of themselves and no team can beat them. Just stay healthy. Absolutely. Padres in first is their Super Bowl. Hey, you got to give them credit where credit is due, though. They are in first. They started well. They're playing well. They got that ownership drama hanging over their head. They got guys hurt, and they're still in first. You got to give credit where credit is due. Justin says, I'd like to see the Dodgers get Byron Buxton from the Twins. If he is a prospect or two, he does get hurt a lot, but we are deep. And if he can stay healthy, LA, he's a platinum glove. Oh, yeah. He's him and Robert Jr. are they going to be the names probably the most out there, but there's going to be a random guy out of nowhere. But yeah, that wouldn't be a bad one. Let's see what's going on, Rand. Roki will have a really good game tomorrow. I hope so. He had a good game in Philly. So yeah, I think he has a chance, to kind of get going. His last start at Dodger Stadium was not good. So hopefully he gets out there and gets back to doing it, man. Let's see. It's April. They're embarrassing. When's their parade? Oh, man. It makes a ton of difference. Freddie playing first instead of Kike. Yeah, just because, when you got Mookie at short and you got guys that make some, they haven't, been making some throwing errors, and you got someone like Freddie over there who can really dig the baseball out, who can really extend to either side. Freddie, I don't know if he's Gold Glove caliber first baseman anymore, but I could tell you that he is, without a doubt, still a very, very, very good first baseman. And for the things that we discussed, he has the ability to dig the balls out. He has great reach. He can reach out towards second, towards short. He can reach along the grass there towards home plate and third, and he can stretch out that into right field range there, which is very, very important when you got guys who may be short hopping some throws and guys who can cover a lot of range. So look, when you got someone like a Tommy Edman who can cover range on either side of the bag there, sometimes a lot of his throws are going to be on the hop and on the bounce just because the angles he has to take to field that baseball. Then he comes up firing and he can't get a dart over there, so he's got to bounce it. And Freddie's able to dig that out. He's able to get his glove on the baseball, hold on to it, and that is a major, major piece there for the Dodgers. It's not that Kike is not a decent fielder. It's just he doesn't have the physical structure that Freddie has to be able to make those plays. So this I absolutely agree with for sure. 44 people on Twitter X right now. Yeah, I appreciate it. If you're on Twitter X, make sure to like the post, repost the post, get it out there, man. Monday the 14th is Hello Kitty. Okay, yeah, I'm not going on Monday. I'm not going on Monday. Sunday and Tuesday are my targets. Hopefully, those are the targets. Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. Love seeing Charlie throwing out the first pitch. Such a cool moment for the Freemans. Yeah, the Freeman is just like that family that you root for, right? It's just that family that you feel like just adds value to baseball. Like, right? Like in hearing Freddie, the stories with his dad and all that stuff, it's just an incredible thing to see them out there. And knowing that his mother passed away, his father almost died as well. He has that congestive heart failure still to this day, managing it. And, Freddie lost his one parent and almost lost his second. And it's a very, very emotional story. And for those who have had, family members with who have family members with going through situations that could be terminal, it's tough. So Freddie out there hitting that home run for his pop. Excuse me one second. Hitting that home run with his pops there in the first row. All those moments matter. And that's why he shouted out his pops so much. Talked about the way he plays baseball is because of him. The way he hits is because of him. His approach at the plate is all because of him. It's beautiful, man. And shout out to Freddie. Shout out to his pop. Shout out to his wife. Shout out to his kids. Shout out to the Freeman family, man. It's great to see good families that really, really just love and care for each other. No hate, no tripping, no resentment. Just family. You know what I mean? Kane says, what are the Uncle Jeff stories here? I got a lot, man. I got a lot. I got too many to tell. I'm a fun uncle, man. I love being an uncle. And got a lot of great stories. I got some older nieces and nephews that I could party with, and I got some little ones, right? So I got a wide range, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun for sure. So inspirational. It is. Those that his family is Freddie Freeman family is inspirational. Very much so. I appreciate you, Chris. Appreciate you. Thank you. You are too. Real one, real recognized real, man. It takes one to know one, right? So like you guys, I don't really go into full details. It's rare when I do. But like me and my family been going through it for a good bit. And when I saw the Freeman family go through that, and it hit home a little bit, and seeing him hit that grand slam felt like we hit that grand slam, right? As a Dodger fan already, the city already, but seeing a family go through what they did and him get up there and represent his family like that, man, and then run over to his pop's home, man, I damn near fell apart on that, man. That was so incredible. So incredible. Dan Inspiration says, do you think if Jokic don't resign with Denver, what are your chances of Lakers getting Joker? If the Lakers have a chance at him, it probably won't be till he's a free agent. So I wouldn't even consider it. But I mean, I never in a million years thought the Dallas would trade Luka to the Lakers. So I mean, who knows? Anything could happen at this point. I never thought that Boston would trade Mookie Betts to the Dodgers. I never thought like a lot of these things that happened, but Joker to the Dodgers, Joker to the Lakers, to me right now would feel more like a signing than a trade. That's just my opinion. Sorry, what is it? My favorite uncle is Drew. Uncle Drew. Kane said, I missed a live you did. I missed a live you did, Jeff. Did you have health problems last year? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think you said that recently. Yeah, I did. I don't want to go too much in that tonight. That was kind of one of those ones. I just did a random pull up last week did a live off my phone, and I said, look, I'm gonna talk about some things tonight. I'm gonna put the video private after the fact, right? So those who watched that night got to see it. I'll probably do some I'm gonna, like, my member only videos. I'm gonna probably get a little bit more in depth, like more personal. But I don't really put my personal business out there a lot, being on the internet and all. I did that night for a stretch, but then I took, I put the video private. Those who saw it, saw it. But yeah, I had some things going on last year, man, both with myself and loved ones. Luckily, myself, I'm doing great. I'm good. Some of my loved ones, not necessarily so. So it was a real struggle. Right when I got going in content creation, just like a bat out of hell, things took off. It was going great. And then just got hit with a bunch of just bad luck. And just my turn, right? Just our turn. It's how it happens. And you push through and you keep going, and now we're back. Now we're back. So appreciate you asking, appreciate you for checking. But I don't often go into deep details on that. I did that night. Like I said, I'll probably do some member videos on that, some other stuff, some Q&A stuff, but it's not really what people are here for, tonight, but I appreciate that. So thank you though. Joker's best friend is Luca, right? I think they'll play together eventually. Yeah, they're close. They're close. For a variety of reasons. So yeah, that's why I think that'll be dope if they can pull that off. Uncle Earl from Johnson's Family Vacation was great. That's funny. Still feels weird to see Luka in a Lakers jersey. What superstar generational talent gets traded before their prime? Yeah, I still can't believe that happened, man. I still just still feels eerie and weird to see it. To see Ohtani in the Dodger jersey, to see Blake Snell in the Dodger jersey, all these guys in Dodger jersey, and then seeing Luka in a Laker jersey. Look, it took a while to get used to LeBron in a Laker jersey. But Luka it's just different. It's crazy. And yo, guys, why do you think the Lakers media is very harsh on players and it's just viewed as that is how it is in big markets? Yeah, because here's the thing. The more controversy, the more drama, the more everything, the more, the more people tune in, the more clicks, the more views, the more all that. That's the media's job, is to drive attention, is to drive engagement. And social media and the stuff that we do in content creation, there's a lot of people that fancy themselves media and content creation, but we're not media. I am not media, I'm just a content creator. I'm a fan. I'm a fan that gets up here and analyzes the game. Now, I analyze the game from not just a perspective as a fan. I really do try to be objective. Not everyone does that. Some people do, some people don't. That's my approach, right? Some are just flat out fans, and that's great. Some are flat out fanboys, pom-poms, all that, which is cool. I'm a fan. I'm a fan, right? But when it comes to covering it, I am a fan, but I do try to check that a little bit. And I try to never get too high, never get too low. I want to be that calm, rational channel, right? But the media, even if things are going well, will look for a story. We'll look for something. Because here's the thing. Outside of Lakers or Dodgers, the story of them doing great and everything being kumbaya and everything being peaches and cream doesn't sell everywhere else. Everywhere else needs the drama within that camp. Everyone else needs to see drama in LA because they want eyes in LA negativity, right? They want negative eyes on LA. In LA, they just want you to talk great about our team. So when they're talking great about our team, you got all of LA watching because they love it. And then when you talk bad about their team, you got everyone in the world watching because they love it. They're hating on LA. And then LA's watching because they're like, oh, you're hating. They're watching what they hate. It's like watching looking at a car accident. They can't look away. And that's kind of how it is. And that's how it's kind of always been. But that's the media's job, is to drive that type of engagement. And as content creators, a lot of people do that too. Clickbait, clickbait thumbnails, click name subject matters, pull up to a show. They're not even talking about what the topic is. They just go all over the place. They get you in there. And then, it goes from there. They put clickbait on stuff that's never going to happen. That happens, right? That's all in it. Now, again, I'm going to be very clear. Like, it is not my say to say what someone can or can't do on their channel, just like it's no one say what I can do on mine, right? But because the media and everyone kind of follows that hot take culture is what sells right now. I'm not a hot take culture guy. So, I got to grind it out. I got to build it organically. I'm not just going to blow up overnight. I'm not going to get I'm not going to get 30,000 views, 40,000 views, because I'm not out here talking controversy. I'm not doing it, So that's how you grow real quick, is get out there and just be controversial, pop off. Like me, like You know what's funny is I can do a video breaking down something to a science. It will not get anywhere near the views of me tearing down something. I did a video where I was joking around on IG about if anyone would notice if the Anaheim Angels disappeared. I was playing, right? 70,000 views. 70,000 views on something that's unrealistic. The team isn't going away. 70,000 views. I did a post about me standing with the Dodgers and backing them up on their trip to the White House, because it has nothing to do with politics to me. It has everything to do with baseball and the tradition that it stands for. Teams go to the White House for the White House, not for the president, right? And that got 50,000 views. And that on one platform, and collectively like a ton more. So those types of takes, it also brings a lot of unwanted people. It brings a lot of people who think you're on their side when you're not. Like the amount of people, because of my stance on the Dodgers and the White House, that thought I was making a statement for a particular political side, which I wasn't. I'm actually not on their side. You know what I mean? But it's funny because they thought because I was standing with the Dodgers on going to the White House that I had a particular political side, right? So you get all those people. And then once they realized, oh man, he's not, then that became a whole other fire, right? But it's just crazy. But that's what I'm saying. A couple of videos that I did like that got the biggest engagement. But I can sit here and do like a whole video breaking down the importance of Tommy Edman and what he's brought to this team. And the information is so much greater. The video will be so much better, but it won't get anywhere near the engagement, because majority of the people aren't looking for that. They want disaster. They want toxic stuff. They want drama. I'm not really that guy. I control the best of them if I want to. Don't get it twisted. And that's why some of those videos pop off, because I'll be trolling and playing around and then they go. But I don't really want to be known for that. I talk trash. I'll talk sports trash, but I don't want to be known for that. So I'll put it out there just to show people I can do it, but it's not really like what I do. It's not really what I do. Let's see. Search as my good friend that passed away had a great quote. Life is a mystery, destination unknown. That's a great quote. That's a great quote. Rest in peace to your friend, Search. Bradley Beal or Russ contract, which do you feel was worse? Bradley Beal, because at least Russ is a Hall of Famer. First ballot Hall of Famer, won an MVP. So Bradley Beal for sure. But they were both disasters, but Bradley Beal was just terrible. He didn't even earn it. Don't Care says, what up, Jeff? Glad I showed up early from the bobblehead. They ran more than an hour before the game started. That they ran out. Yeah, I saw a lot of people posting they didn't get it. Bobblehead nights or giveaways, you got to get there a good hour and a half early if you want to get that giveaway. If you want to get that giveaway, especially something like the jerseys or the hoodies or like the Freddie bobblehead, all that, you got to get there early or you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. You can't just show up late. I'll get my bobblehead. Don't work that way. I say this because the Russ situation, you couldn't escape no matter what. The Beal situation is easily ignorable. You don't see Skip Ellis or any big media dudes clowning Beal for some reason, even Katie, it's strange. It's because it doesn't draw the heat. It doesn't draw the attention. Russell Westbrook was still a very polarizing player. It caused a lot of attention. It got views. That's exactly why they did it. Drama sells. Exactly. It's exactly why they did it. Jeff, you know what's funny with super teams, even duos, is that nothing is guaranteed nowadays unless it's a surefire two superstars. Really get hype big names tomorrow. I don't really either, man. Where do you think KD gonna land next season? I would say maybe in Texas. Maybe in Texas, Houston or Dallas. Keep an eye on those two teams. Very possible. I have a feeling he might land in Miami. Pat Riley going to pull some strings. Possible. But those two teams doing a deal together will be tough because of salaries. But I would think that Dallas or Houston have a good chance for something to happen though. Let's see. Neil the 188. Glad you're with us, Jeff. Hey, appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you. Chris says, Westbrook broke my heart the way he played on the Lakers. Should I put his emotion and ego to the side? Yeah, I mean, like I said, my thing with Russ is he was just a bad fit on the Lakers, but I will always stand up for Russ as a man. You guys have heard me say this numerous times. I will stand up for Russ as a man. it's all fair between them lines. It's all fair between them lines. I've never said anything bad about the man's family. I've never said anything bad about the man. Like, you can't say nothing about the man if you're from LA, knowing what he's done for this community, what he's done for the community in OKC, what he did for the community in Houston, what he did for the community in DC, what he probably did for the community in Denver. If you talk to community leaders or anyone, or school boards or anything like that, or charitable, nonprofit organizations, all of them will tell you 10 out of 10 that Russ is a stand-up guy. I've seen it, myself. Like, Russ is a stand-up guy. He's a good dude. You don't really hear a lot of guys call him a bad teammate. They get frustrated playing with him on the floor, but he's not really a bad teammate. If you check out any of his auto dealership groups, the Russell Westbrook Chevrolet or Russell Westbrook auto groups, like, if you're talking to anybody that that's worked with him or directly in that, now obviously he's an NBA player, he's on the road, he's not there day to day. He's very generous to his employees, very generous to his staff, very generous to his family and families he doesn't know. So again, it's not my place to sit up here and take up for Russ every night. What you say about him on the court is fair game. That situation that happened in Denver the other night, where the missed free throw, the missed layup, and the foul, that was horrific, Russ. Like, damn. I'm sure he'll tell you that himself. But he's a very proud man. He's a man. He's a father. He's a husband, right? Russ is a good guy. He's a good guy. At times he's not a good fit on teams, but he's a good guy. I even think Booker will go. There's a high chance. They're gonna have to reboot. They're gonna have to rebuild to get all those picks back they gave up. So they may have to just punt on everything just to get picks back. What big man do you think the Lakers can get this offseason? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. It's way too early for that. We gotta wait to see what happens. Jeff, what do you think about Paul George, especially as an LA native? So Paul George, he's a Palmdale native. First of all, he's not really an LA native. Second of all, like, back in the day, for people that know that I coached AAU, right? Back in the day, a while ago, I remember Paul George when he was coming up. I remember Paul George in high school. Paul George was not really a big time name. Didn't get a lot of scholarships. He was always a good dude. He was always cool. He was always kind. But what I knew of Paul George was always pretty much before he went to the league. I've heard some things after the fact. I could tell you that his family thought for sure he was going to be a Laker when he was in Indiana. I can say that for sure. But outside of that, as an LA native, I really can't really speak much to it because he's really not an LA native. He's really not. Let's see. What's funny is, even though beat writers claim they're fairly unbiased, yet you can tell who they like and don't like. It's like every sport fan is based to an extent. Would you agree? Yeah. So not only who they like and who they don't like, but what teams they like and what teams they don't like, right? So yeah, it's very, very odd sometimes the way they go about it. You can tell when someone doesn't like someone, for sure. Absolutely, for sure. Chris says, exactly, Jeff. We've never crashed Westbrook the person, just between the lines. And that's fair. That is all the way fair. That is all the way fair. But I guarantee you, most of these dudes who bash Westbrook wouldn't say it to his face. And if they did and he fired back, oh, just kidding. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm just kidding. They'd wuss up. They'd wuss up. It's very easy to get out here and talk about like what someone does on the court that you can't do. It's very easy to get up here and talk about things, right? Very easy to bash people. It's very easy from the couch. That's why I don't get up here. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm human. I got my moments. I'll fall off, slightly get out of character, and then try to put myself back into character and apologize for it, right? But for the most part, I don't operate like that. And when I do, it's foolish. I shouldn't have done it. There's a lot of people who purely do that. Like, it's really hard for anyone to get up here and act like they know more than a professional athlete, that they know more than a professional executive, that they know more than a professional head coach or even a professional assistant coach. It's really hard, but there are people that believe they do. There are people that believe they do, but they don't. They don't. I do not know more about the game of basketball than a general manager. I don't. I'm very good with the books. I'm very good with the CBA. I'm one of the best, if not the best, on here. But I still don't know more than the worst GM in the league. The difference between me and a lot of these guys is I know that. Now, I know I can do a show better than most of those guys, right? but I don't know the landscape of the league. I don't know the ins and outs of the league. I don't know any of that better than them. No way, no how. How could I? They do it for a living every single day. Some of them have done it 10, 15, 20 years. How in the hell can I know it better than them when I've never done it for a day? Makes no sense. But I know that. I can keep it a buck. I know that. I know that. There's a lot of people on here who don't know that. They think they know more than professionals. They think they know more than people that have done this for 20 years. They think they know more because you know why? They use hindsight. They use hindsight and thinks that means foresight. But it does not. But it's easy to be right after the fact. And it's easy to complain about something before it happens, have it go your way and be right, but then you never talk about all the times you was wrong. Funny how that works, right? Funny how that works. And that's my point. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. In the end, it usually balances out. We're not always right. We're not always wrong. Well, some people are always wrong. No one is always right. But again, I know this. I have no ego in this. I have no pride in this. I'm just talking sports. I'm a husband. I'm a son. I'm a dog dad. I'm a brother. I'm an uncle. I'm a cousin. I'm all this way more than I am a content creator. This is not my life, as you guys can tell by my nonsense schedule on here, right? This is not my life. So I don't make it my life. So this is not my pride. This is not my ego. I have fun. I love it. I love doing it. But that's where it ends. That's where it ends. A lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people don't think like that. I still feel if Russ is used properly and control, he's a great innings leader. Just rather not have him in crucial moments. Let's not forget Murray been in and out. No, you just can't use him too much, man. And that's the problem. A lot of guys use him too much because you know why? He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. They have respect for what he's done in this league, but it's going to hurt your team. It's going to hurt your team. Can the Lakers block that JT or Rev from refereeing the games? The league might. What about Harden as an LA native? No. What about Harden? I just answered that. Chris says, I bought my Hyundai Santa Fe at his dealership in Anaheim. I still try to play like him on the court, never give up. Yeah, that's one thing about Russ, man. He has hard. He plays hard. Like I said, he's a good teammate. Most people love playing on the same team with him. He's a good vet to his rookies. There's a lot of good things said about Russ, man. A lot of good things. Is this why you never went off on Pelinka or Genie like everyone else did? I never went off. I spoke to my concerns. But no, I didn't go off on them. That's why I didn't go off on Darvin Ham. That's why I didn't go off on any of those guys. I had my concerns, and I said that this team has a lot of issues. This team needs to make changes. I was very, very open to the fact of the Lakers being sold. I still kind of am. But that's the difference between me and them. The tantrum throwers, when they got what they wanted, they stopped throwing tantrums until you take the toy away, until you get to the checkout aisle and you don't give them the candy bar, and then they throw another tantrum. The difference was me is my concerns with the organization or my wishes for the organization were the same before Luka and after Luka. I had been saying and got killed for this that Rob Pelinka is a decent executive. He's a good executive. He's just not the face of a team. I said he could run the day-to-day. He could make the phone calls, but there needs to be someone between Genie and Rob. I still believe that. That has not changed. Even though they got Luka, even though they got DFS, I still believe that. To this day, I still believe that. That wasn't a caught up in the moment feeling. That is a long-term look. For anyone who does forecasts, for anyone who's running a business, for anyone who does anything like that, when you plan down the road, you plan for the good and bad times, right? So my thing is this. Rob, it's the same situation. I still think there needs to be a real president of basketball operations, and Rob should be the GM or the VP. But he shouldn't be the guy that reports directly to Genie. That should be someone else. And then Genie can go focus on the brand. And then you can have someone take over for her as being the final decision maker in basketball decisions on the court. And I still believe that the Guggenheim Group should buy the Lakers just because you have this influx of billionaires and the Lakers are just going to struggle competing because those guys are going to be able to just throw money away. So my stance has not changed. Even though Darvin's gone, even though Luka's here, even though all these things have happened and it's all positive, the tantrum throwers have moved on to throw tantrums at something else. and my stance is still the same. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that's what separates me. And that's why I didn't go crazy off on them, because I knew, one, it was unrealistic that they were going to sell. And I knew also it was unrealistic they were going to fire Pelinka. Just like I knew it was unrealistic they were going to fire Ham last year. And I keep telling you guys, bashing and throwing tantrum does no good. He's going nowhere this season. I was right. I kept saying Darvin Ham is not the only problem with this team. I was right. I still believe that to this day. So yeah, that's kind of why. Can the Lakers? I already did this. Damn it. I already did this. My bad. But yeah, that's kind of why I didn't do that. Jeff, I disagree. Lucky knows more than some bad GMs in the league. Lucky knows more than almost anybody. Lucky's a gift from God. He is a unicorn. Lucky's different, man. I'm just a mere mortal compared to Lucky. Church is always right. This is true. That's why I always say I'm always right sometimes. I'm always right sometimes. Let's see. Search says, if you want the finest in Lakers Dodgers content and breaking news, you have come to the right place. Tell them, Search. Do you think the new gen gets enough promotion? I think Braun needs to retire before we can have that combo. I just don't think there's a face of the league. There might be now with Luka. Luka as a Laker might become the face of the league. But I don't think there's really no one to get behind is really what it was. 99% of Laker Nation called Darvin Ham Darvin Scam. You notice I never called him that? Never. Not once. You won't find a single clip of me calling him Darvin Scam. He was Darvin Ham. That was his name. You guys know. You guys know where I stood on that. You guys know. Talked about it often. One thing about the Lakers, though, is there's always a whipping boy. If it's not Russ, it's D'Lo and Ham before those. Kuzma was a whipping boy. AD got flack from fans. Yeah, they always have to have it be someone's fault. Same thing with baseball teams, right? Look who's the miracle catch he was. Yeah, I did. I did respect the fact that, he was NBA head coach. I respected the fact he was in a tough situation. I respected the fact he never should have been the guy in the first place, so I never blamed him. Totally different situation. My thing with Dave Roberts, too, when I would always talk about Dave Roberts, everyone was turning on him. I didn't. I backed him up. Everyone was turning on the Guggenheim group. Everyone was turning on Freedman. Everyone was turning on Mookie. Everyone was turning on Shohei when he was going through a stretch. Everyone was turning on all these guys. Did I? I was out here defending Mookie. I was out here defending Dave. I was out here defending Freeman. You know this is true. It doesn't mean that I don't dislike certain execs or dislike certain coaches or think some guys should go. But at the end of the day, the biggest knock on Darvin Ham was people writing about the timeouts. JJ Redick calls less timeouts than Darvin Ham did. JJ Redick was getting killed on Laker radio a couple of games ago about not calling timeouts. That narrative spread like fire by a bunch of people who never called the timeout in their life. They don't understand. It's narratives. You call a timeout to stop momentum, to get momentum. It was a false narrative. You listen to everyone that ever coached, always shot that down for the most part, except for, everyone's hero and savior, Mark Jackson, who's been out of the league for over 10 years because he couldn't coach that well. But that's a whole other story for another day. But all these narratives get picked up somewhere, and instead of someone independently thinking for themselves, they just join the burning fire. And that's it. And that's why I never played that game. That's why I never did that. Yamamoto winning the side this year, looking like the beast, was better. What better than Snell? I mean, he might. Snell still has a chance to have a dominant year. Snell typically starts a little later in the year, gets going. So I still think he has a shot. But yeah, no, Yamamoto has a chance for sure. He looks dominant. Remember when they called Kuz Amber Rose? I remember. Dave Roberts was the whipping boy for a while. He was, Jasper, and I defended him for a while. You think Rob is power hungry and will not bring in someone to help him in the front office? It's not Rob. The Lakers weren't paying. They weren't paying for an assistant GM, a good one. They weren't paying for quality scouts. They weren't paying for overseas scouts. They weren't paying for a robust front office like a lot of these teams have. The Lakers have a very small operational structure. They put more into it this year, and that's why they're doing better. They put more into their coaching staff. They put more into their training staff. They put more into their medical staff. They put more into their organization, and now you're seeing the benefits of that. You're seeing the benefits of that. Kane says, Jeff, Clipper fans the past few years were legit called Ty Lue Taliban Ty. Nuggets fans weren't pleased with Mike Maloney, even said he was a joking merchant. Mike Brown, even Jake Kidd got flack from fans. You guys know I've been telling you this. I told you, go to any team's chat. Go to We Talk Mavs. I said that. I was on that show. I go, this sounds a lot like Lakers chat. They all hate their coaches because they all think they know more than their coaches. Anytime the game goes wrong, they need someone to blame. They think they know more than an NBA head coach. You know how crazy that sounds? They think they know more than someone who's won an NBA championship. They think they know more than someone who's coached Olympians and legends. They think they know more. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, man. On that note, I'm going to shut it down for the night. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. Once again, I am Empire Jeff. This is EmpireJeffTV. The Dodgers beat the Chicago Cubs 3-0 tonight. Yamamoto dominated. Edman with the 3-1 blast. Lakers secured the 3rd seed in the Western Conference playoffs. Great night for LA. Enjoy the rest of your night. You guys stay safe. Search, you're the best in the business. I love you, brother. I appreciate you. Y'all be safe. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good Saturday. I will see you guys probably at some point tomorrow. If I do pull up tomorrow night, though, I may be a little hydrated. I'm just going to tell you that. Got something happening tomorrow night. So if I do pull up, might be a little hydrated tomorrow. So we will see. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. As always, let's go Lakers. Let's go Dodgers. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Catch you on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.